We love camping, and we figured if you watch some of this channel or all of this channel, first of all, thank you very much. And if you don't, what are you doing?
You clicked on this video because obviously you are wondering what to pack on a minimalist backpacking trip.
We have the rest of the stuff that we want to share with you to get a completed, well-rounded backpacking excursion with just the two of us.
And we have made videos like this for our Nepal trip, so if you haven't watched those, go back and check them out. We made a gear checklist video and also what to pack as far as clothing, and that's for a colder climate like Nepal, but it can really be applied anywhere. So this is much less as far as packing goes because it's a warmer climate. We're going for a shorter amount of time, and we're carrying it all on our backs. If this is your first time watching our channel, I'm Danielle. This is my wonderful wife, Aubrey.
Oh.
The reason why we're going on this trip is because it's our 4-year wedding anniversary. So with everything that's going on in the world with COVID, we just wanted to get away, escape as far as possible, shut off our cell phones, unplug. And so we decided we're going to go to Dolly Sods in West Virginia, which is about a 4.5-hour drive from Pittsburgh, where we live.
So without further ado, let's get into our packing.
So first I'll go over some of the luxury items that we decided to bring on this trip. These are items that we just feel like are going to enhance the experience of our camping trip. You don't have to bring these, but for us, camping is all about like unplugging, getting away, having some fun. So I think the top 3 luxury items that we're bringing on our trip. Aubrey got me an awesome hammock. One of my favorite things to do is to lay in the trees and just escape from it all, and this feels like you're in a little cocoon. So this is basically a hammock you hang between 2 trees. It holds 2 people, I think up to 400 pounds. And then it comes with basically a little rope system. And then our other luxury item is this amazing deck of cards that we brought. Do it like the makeup artist. This amazing deck of cards that we bought when we were in Nepal, so it's always fun to have something to play. The weather's supposed to be bad, so fingers crossed it's not.
Yeah.
And then our most important luxury item, mugs. We are big coffee drinkers, and so the last time we went camping in Big Bend, we just used these like super thin, I don't know, it's like aluminum, tiny little pot thing to drink our coffee out of, and after 2 minutes your coffee was cold, so you really couldn't get that enjoyment of sitting there in the morning just
enjoying your coffee in nature, which is such a lovely moment.
So we're gonna clip these to our bag, and they're super lightweight, but I also read that you can actually set these up on top of your stove and warm up your coffee that way. So that's kind of like a nice thing. We're probably not gonna use these. I'm debating if I'm gonna bring it because this is big enough to basically wrap around your waist. If you go swimming, it's a great thing to dry off with, but I don't know if we're gonna do any swimming. We'll probably get our feet wet in the creek, but that's it. So instead we have these adventure wipes, which is like a whole thing to essentially shower with. We bought these last time and we've taken these camping several times since. I don't love these. Just any kind of like antibacterial baby wipe is good to have.
What's that, Danielle?
This is our sleeping bag, which is twice the size that it usually packs down to because I broke the bag when I was packing it, so.
What happened?
It was real cheap. This is a cheap Amazon 2-person sleeping tent. It's pretty small. It's not the most lightweight, but it gets the job done.
I didn't know it broke.
Oops.
Okay, on to the next. These are awesome REI. We spent some good money on these for Nepal sleeping bags. And the sleeping bag comes in its own little mesh carrier, but then you go into the store and they sell these really nifty stuff sacks that compresses your sleeping bag down into this little pill form, which is awesome. So it takes up less space. It's really compressed and compact. And so we both have our sleeping bags.
The important thing to note is that you don't want to keep these stored like this. You want to let them be fluffy and big. They're down sleeping bags, so you don't want to crunch up the feathers and kind of just destroy them over time. But these sleeping bags are amazing. We took these to Nepal. We probably slept in 20 degrees and we were not cold at all. They were probably parts throughout the night where we actually got hot. So we'd highly recommend these. These are called the REI Jewel, and mine is a tall. I'm 5'9", Aubrey's 4'7". Just kidding.
No, 5'3.5", 5'4".
And she has the just regular length.
These we wish we had in Big Bend when we were in Texas.
These
are
Nemo
amazing.
sleeping pads. These are probably the best investment we've made. We also got these at REI. They're super quick. It comes with a little bag inside of this bag, and then there's also the sleeping pad. So that little bag, you like kind of wave in the air and it fills up with air, and then you roll it and it blows up your pad. It's amazing. I can't explain how much this has enhanced our camping experience.
Yes.
If you watch our Big Bend videos, you will see we woke up that morning and
none of us slept because it was so cold. We were ill prepared, and it would just, those sorts of situations, they can get you in a lot of trouble if you're out there for a prolonged period of time. But like we said, it was one night. We learned a lot of lessons the hard way. And if you have the ability to go out and get yourself a sleeping pad, do it, because it'll make your experience that much more enjoyable. They don't add a lot of weight, but they add a lot of comfort.
And invest, if you can afford to invest in a nice product, definitely buy the nice version, because it's going to be lighter weight, more compact, and more durable. I've made the mistake of buying cheaper products, and it ends up, some things you can skimp on, but some things you just regret it.
True.
It breaks. Like our tent, probably not the best move. Even like if it starts to rain, the bottom, like, almost like the bathtub area of the tent, it's not even that high, so hopefully we don't get wet. Moving on to toiletries, might look like a lot for some people, but for us it's the bare minimum. We're bringing deodorant, baby powder for our hair, body lotion, which we might not end up using, but it's always good to not feel like a huge crust ball. Definitely sunscreen, bug spray, ibuprofen, because we might be hurting, chapstick, most important thing, and then 2 smaller toothbrushes, and then a very small tube of toothpaste. And this isn't really a toiletry, but I like to pack gum just because it's nice to chew it while you're hiking.
Someone wanted to say hi.
Bayo's gonna fit in Aubrey's bag.
We're bringing Bayo. No.
Next, really important, we bought a 50-foot just regular utility cord from REI, because we're going to use that to hoist our bear bag full of our food. All of our food for 3 days is in this pack. We got a lot of that freeze-dried, like stews, pastas, soups, breakfast, oatmeal. So that's all in here. And then you need like a little carabiner to basically help tie this up. But you want to hoist it over the tree and keep your food away from your campsite and away from any animals. Super important.
Yeah, you got to see at night. You got to know where you're going. If we're hiking and we still want to go a little bit farther to get to the campsite we're looking for, but we were a little bit slow that day in the sun setting, you got to make sure you have headlights. And with that,
or we get lost.
Yes, you can get lost, you can lose the trail, and then you don't want to be relying on your cell phone light. And make sure with these
Wait a minute, why did you say that?
Because that happened in Nepal.
It happened to us. So
yeah.
We've made all the mistakes. So try to avoid them. So bring backup batteries.
Yes.
It's so important.
Backup batteries and headlight.
Or even better, if you can get one of those chargeable headlamps. We didn't invest in one of those just because when we bring our cameras, our GoPros, our drones, we have all this other stuff to charge, so we try to keep our charging to a minimum.
This is my Switchblade in case the nighttime turns into Street Fighter.
In her mind, that's what she wants to do. But if we bring bear spray, but just in case, I mean, we would totally bear spray a person if we had to. So it's really nice to have. It just helps you feel safer. Aubrey brings her Switchblade.
Hey, we're a good team. Good team here.
Which leads us to another really cool investment we made.
Gotta do it. If you don't watch the TV show Alone, this is total side note. I won't go off on a tangent. Watch Alone. It's an awesome TV show, and just watch it. But every season that we've watched, which is on its seventh season now, I consistently said to Danielle, I need a ferro rod, or it's basically flint and steel to start a fire.
To butch it up in the
woods. So, and I could not be more excited. My first flint steel ferro rod to start fires.
Which, how did you?
No, I gotta do it.
Don't burn up the dining room.
I won't. Ooh.
That's not how you use it.
Yeah.
This is obviously not a tutorial on how to start a fire because
I did it. I just did it. You're gonna burn a hole in the table. But then these are like heavily soaked. Okay. Then she also got me a little tin that has these really like soaked, flammable, highly flammable sticks.
Fat wood.
Fat wood that you can take that Switchblade and kind of cut off a little pieces of it so you end up using these whole sticks. So you can use these sparingly, and if you don't want to use those, she also got me this yarn that you can actually take off threads and kind of open it up like you would like a cotton ball per se, and use this for fire starting as well. And this was the gift that Danielle got me for our anniversary.
Happy anniversary, babe.
Thanks, baby!
Really, really important. We have a little fuel canister, and I bought this little tiny stove on Amazon. It was really cheap. I took a gamble, but it had really good reviews. It's the most compact. It comes with basically a larger pot and then a smaller pot, which ends up being the lid to store it. Our dog Bayo's crying in the
He wants a
background.
walk, sorry guys.
And then you get your fuel canister, which this tiny little 8-ounce fuel canister. Next, I finally bought just a really small, simple first aid kit. We never really brought one of these before, but I think it's good just to have like antibiotic ointment, Band-Aids, things like that. Hopefully we won't need it. The other thing this little tiny pack can be used for, if you take out its components, when you tie up your bear bag, you can put like a rock in this and then throw it up over the tree branch, because you need like a small stuff sack in order to get that accomplished. Sunglasses, really important.
Yes. This is another gift I got for our anniversary.
It's a poop shovel.
Pure romance here. Little shovel. This is actually a multi-tool, so that you can take out nails with these like holes here.
We're gonna build a cabin in the woods.
We may. You don't know.
Leave no trace.
This
take
here-
the cabin down when we leave.
This here, the 3/4 of it are shaved down for a knife, so you could use this kind of like a machete action. And it is a shovel, so when you go to do your business in the woods, you can dig a little cat hole and cover it back up. And then there's also paracord wrapped around this, so in case you ever need additional paracord.
The reviews, it said you can spearfish with this and attach a stick, but I don't know. That's a bit dramatic. It's kind of cool. I'd say this is definitely a luxury item too, but if you want to follow the regulations, like you're really supposed to dig a cat hole and use the restroom that way, leave no trace, take out everything you bring in, which I've stressed this in our past videos. It breaks my heart to see like a little pile of toilet paper behind some bushes or a tree, so make sure you pack all that stuff out too. Bring a few extra Ziploc bags so you can carry that out with you.
Yes.
It's not glamorous, but you should do it. This is the first trip that we're going to be using the Sawyer water filtration squeeze system. So hopefully this works out well. It has great reviews. We're going to be filling our camelbacks, and hopefully we don't get giardia. Simple. This is my Patagonia jacket, which I know we talked about, that's a separate video. We're not going to go over clothing this time. But this is a really lightweight jacket that I also use as a pillow at night, which has been like a game changer. We went camping and we didn't bring pillows. One time we were like, oh, we'll just rough it. And it was awful.
Yes, I use a little blow-up pillow that condenses down into a small circle, which is not on this table, but it's okay. It's a small little pillow.
So if you do invest in something like a Patagonia jacket, they're really, really expensive. But if you look inside the jacket pocket, the zipper will look like kind of like a two-way zipper. Like you can unzip it from the inside, and that means you can zip it into itself, which really comes in handy as like a little pillow at night.
And then this is extremely important. The ever-efficient, always faithful map with a legend.
We've both saved our route on our phones, pictures of it, but just in case our phones die, something happens, they break, we have the map printed out in a waterproof Ziploc bag.
And we also sent this map with our route highlighted to our friends and some family to make sure in case something does happen or we go missing, they know the route that we were on. So.
And since my mom's the only one who watches our YouTube channel, thanks, Mom. Don't worry, we're going to be fine.
That is not true.
This is a super cheap solar-powered, speaking of my mom, she got us this.
Aww.
And I thought it looked kind of cheap. I think she said she got it from Aldi, but it's actually been like super trusty. I put a little carabiner on there because you can hang it on the back of your backpack and let it charge in the sun while you're hiking. So this has 10,000 MAUs, 10,000 MAs. I don't know what the unit of measure is, but it's good to charge your cell phone, your iWatch. We're gonna bring camera batteries, but it's good to have something like that.
Absolutely.
Then we're gonna bring our GoPro and of course the camera we're recording this with and a few extra batteries.
And that about does it aside from our clothing.
And all of that will be packed into Aubrey has a 65-liter
Osprey?
Osprey, and I have a 60-liter North Face backpack. We've been doing a little bit of training. I trained with upwards of 40 pounds, which felt like
A lot.
a lot. And then we go on hikes with about 20 pounds. All of this split between 2 people should be completely manageable. This includes our food. We're going to be adding water to it and some clothing items, but our clothing item list is very small. I'm going to list that here, or here, or here.
Right here.
And I'll let you read that.
It's basically shorts, pants,
Wait, they're
sweaters,
reading
long
it.
sleeves. Oh, okay.
Here.
And a hat. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching this. If you guys have had any sort of hiccups that you ran into in your camping excursions or backpacking excursions that we have not yet ran into, and we're missing some of that stuff here that
Let
you
us
find
know.
crucial or like to the benefit of your backpacking trips, tell us, comment below. If you think any of this is ridiculous and you're just like, why in the heck are you using adventure wipes? That is just wasteful. Tell us what you would do. Tell us what you communicate with us, because we're here to learn and grow together, and we're just really glad you're here with us.
Yeah, thanks for watching. If you like our videos, go check out our other ones, the Nepal series, the Texas Big Bend series. We're going to Utah in a couple months. Check them out, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you get all of our...
Smash that notification.
Smash that like button, bro!
And if you're really excited for us because it's been 4 years of wedded bliss.
Send us gifts to P.O. Box
No,
103.
no.
Just kidding.
No, we appreciate you, and I appreciate what my wife does for this channel. She does all the video editing, and I'm just sort of like the hired help. So, no,
That's crazy.
No,
She does
thank
all
you
the
guys.
laundry.
You want to say bye? Why is the ending always awkward? Guess we gotta
Bye.
go now. I'm taking the food.